everyone. This is video blog number 3 that's actually productive and not me partying, drunk, and screaming. Okay, so this video is basically like things that are changing, kind of like about me while I'm here. I'm almost done with I'm on week 4 right now, so I'm almost done with my first month, which is 1/4 the way into my entire trip, which is pretty crazy. And so far, there's a lot of changes occurring within me. Changes about how I see money, the things I care about, the things I spend my time doing, things that I wish I would have done when I was younger that I could be doing now, and things that I'm going to do in the future, and then also some stuff about my classes, because my classes are really amazing so far. So to get started first, money, for example, I'm realizing, like, what was I spending my money on back home? You know, like going to the bars every weekend, or like Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, sometimes Tuesdays. It's crazy how much money I could be putting away to go see other places in the world. I know that people put money away, you know, for the future, for cars and for houses and things like that, but I'm kind of thinking like I should be putting money away to buy tickets to go other places. I'm going to be making money when I'm done with school to pay for houses and cars and blah blah blah. So I kind of want just like a travel fund now, and probably not going to believe this, but I'm not going to go out as much when I get home, because instead of spending, you know, $30 4 nights a week going out to the bars, I could be putting $120 3 of those nights away multiple times, and that'll equal $1,000 pretty soon, $2,000 pretty soon after that, and that's a ticket, you know. So it's crazy. I already have plans to go to Rome next year to see my friend Valentina, and it's definitely going to happen. She lives there. She'll be back next year. She's staying in Tokyo for a year. And she's like, your place, and she's like, you can stay at my place anytime. So it's definitely a plan. Me and her are going to be lifelong friends. So that's guaranteed going to happen. Okay, next, things I care about and have stressed over. Sometimes I think about the things I like put energy into when I got home, like things that I cared about and stressed over, or it's just kind of like a waste of time. Like stressing over money, when money will come and go. Stressing over relationships. You know, I love my friends forever, and I'm more talking about like relationship with guys and things like that. I can look back and just laugh at some of the things I would be freaking out over when certain people are just going to come and go in your life, whether you like it or not. And like all of it's so obsolete when you compare it to the big picture of like who I am, who I want to be, and what I want to do with my life. But I've spent days like sad over a guy. It's just, I don't know, it's weird, kind of stupid. So it's some just things I've been thinking about lately. And like those days that you spend wasting on things like that, you're not going to get them back. You're only getting older. Like yesterday is gone, and you spent yesterday sad over like whatever it is. You get my point, right? As far, don't get me wrong, I'm still the same person, and I'm still going to go out and have fun, and I'm still going to have relationships, and I'm still going to, I'm sure, like, freak out over one person one day, and the next person the next day, and that's just how life is. But it's funny to, like, look back and kind of look from, like, a bird's eye point of view, and I can almost laugh at myself, basically, is my point. What I wish I would have done. There's certain things that I've thought about that I wish I would have done. I don't know why it took me like going to Tokyo to realize this, but like, for example, my dad always been like begging me since I was like 12 to take self-defense classes. I never did, and it's weird because like, like now I think about it, I'm like, it'd be cool to know like Taekwondo, or be like good at boxing, or know like karate or something, just because like, why not? That's pretty awesome. It's a good hobby, and it can come in handy for you one day. And self-defense is a universal art. There's types of self-defense in every culture. And I don't know any of them. I don't even, you know what I mean? It's just little things I think about here and there. But like, you know, while my dad was asking me to do that, I'm saying like, I would tell him no. Why? Because I'd rather go ride around in cars and be a teenager and pull hay misters to Jack's Beach Bums. Like, come on. Another thing is like, I also wish that I was fluent in Spanish. I did really well in high school in Spanish, and if I would have kept studying it, I'd be fluent in it right now, 100%. I think about that now that I'm taking Japanese, which is awesome, and by the time I'm done with this semester, I'll be very beginner's level Japanese, but it would be my second language I'm learning if I had, well, third technically because of English, but if I had continued with the whole Spanish thing, by the time I'm done with Japanese, I'd kind of know Japanese, know Spanish, and know English. But now, you know, I didn't, and I let it go. It's not too late, it's just another thing that crossed my mind being here in Tokyo. Third thing I wish I would have done is let my dad teach me how to play guitar. I've had my whole freaking life growing up to my dad playing acoustic guitar, and, you know, it'd be cool to be able to play it now. I really love music a lot. Certain songs I hear, I'm like, gosh, I wish I could just play that and sing it. Like, that'd be freaking awesome. And if I would have let my dad teach me since I was like 10 years old, I could be doing that right now, almost 12 years deep. But instead, if I want to start now, I'm starting from very beginners at 22 years old, so I'm almost 22 years old. These are just little things that cross my mind being here in Tokyo. I know it has nothing to do with Tokyo, but it kind of like opens your eyes to things that you, like what you've been doing with your life, basically. Those are just things I wish I would have done. So on to like my classes that have been really, really awesome. I'm taking fundamentals of religion, and there's some really cool stuff on like why to study religion that I just like in class I was paying attention so hard because I was like, oh my god, it's so true. Let me see what it's at. So like a few things that I thought were really cool were like oh, well, like studying religion doesn't mean like you have to be religious in any way, and I'm not saying that I am or am not, but you know, every culture has religion, so like in order to truly understand the entire world, studying religion is a huge part of that. If we're going to study human beings biologically, physiologically, psychologically, because we all have biology, physiology, and psychology in every country and every culture, then why aren't we studying religion the same way? Because we all have that too. Even though there's non-religious people in each culture, especially America, it's still a huge part of each culture. So to truly understand a mass of people and their culture, you want to know them biologically, physiologically, psychologically, but also religiously, because it's a huge part of them. It's half of their, well over half of their social norms and, you know, traditions and things like that come from their religion. So you can't truly understand a culture without understanding their religion. You know, all of the wars that we have and that we've had are rooted back to religious differences. So how can you even understand like what's going on in the world if you don't understand where it really rooted from? And that's, you know, differences in beliefs and things like that. It's pretty crazy too because so much conflict is caused by these differences, but if we could truly understand a different religion, for example, true understanding of that religion would take away any resentment of the differences we have. So it would, you know, reduce conflict. This is stuff we go over in my class that's just like, blows my mind. Absolutely love it. We're really narrow-minded, especially in America, I think. It's a free country, so there's so many religions everywhere. But, you know, we probably pretty much basically know most about Christianity. And if we do, we don't know that much about it anyways. So, like, we're really ethnocentric about, you know, in regards to religion. We don't know anything about other religions. So, like, we might sit there and judge other cultures, but we really don't know what we're talking about because we have no idea what they believe or why they believe it. Yeah, that kind of sums that up. And then basically studying religion and studying all types of religion can help you decide your philosophy on life and your religion. Maybe you're not religious at all, maybe you are, but the more information you take in, the more you can void out or accept, and then decide what you truly believe. If you're only, basically our teacher pointed out an example of like, dance. If you're studying dance and you only study one type of dance, how can you truly understand the universal concept of dance? If you only study hip-hop dancing, you don't know anything about ballet, you know? So can you say you're an expert at dance? No, not at all. You're an expert at one type of dance. So studying religion of all types can help you truly understand all different types of cultures, why they do what they do, their social norms, their traditions, things like that. And it can open your mind and help you realize what you believe in. I'm loving this class. Next, my Globalization Society class is really cool. I've never taken a class that has anything to do with like economics or things like that. But in globalization, it's pretty awesome because we're just learning about different perspectives that people have on globalization. Some people think it's not even really happening. It's just colonization, amplified, because now we have social networking and mass communication and things like that. Some people look at it very pessimistically and think that it's terrible and it's going to cause decline of like national identities and things like that. It's invasive. Other people think it's like a miracle and it's going to cause unity. So it's cool to hear all the different perspectives, the pros and cons of globalization. Because regardless, it is happening. I believe it's happening. But like, who sits back and actually thinks about things like this? No one does. We're all busy, living life day by day, and doing little things here and there to make us happy. But like, there's so many more things going on that like we never think about. And I don't know, like, I'm really happy with the classes I'm taking so far. My third class is Sociology of Sexuality. That's really awesome. We are learning about, like, what's going on, like, biologically whenever you meet someone. So, like, those feelings of, like, automatic, like, attraction, and, like, it's rooted back to evolution of sexuality, so it's kind of a lot to explain, but so far it's been really interesting. And one thing that was kind of cool was like learning about how like feelings of jealousy and things like that, where they come from. Jealousy is actually just like a defense mechanism. So like your mind makes you feel scared because your partner might be reproducing with someone else. It all comes back to reproduction. Pretty intense, so I can't really get too much into it. But like I would recommend these classes to like everybody, not anybody, everybody. Because it like opens your eyes, makes you realize the things like you're not thinking about, things that you're not noticing, which I think is really cool. And there's been a lot of research and studies on it. It just opens your eyes, Open your eyes, people. And then Japanese class. Whew! So far, it's really hard, but I'm doing well. We've had like 3 quizzes, and I've got A's on all of them, I think. Today, I had to kind of rush through it, so hopefully I got an A on it. But we're finishing the first alphabet, hiragana, moving on to katakana, I think the day after tomorrow, and then kanji, which is like the symbols, which people say like you can remember them easy. Sometimes, some of them are easy, some of them are really hard, because some of them kind of look like what they're representing. Hopefully I can just think of really weird ways to remember things like I always do, rhymes and stuff. But yeah, so far so good. There's a pretty much 15-minute video on what's going on here in Japan. Month 1 almost down. I'm 25% home. I really miss everybody. Finally, after like I went kind of through honeymoon stage and then a little bit homesick stage, back to honeymoon stage. It's up and down, but one thing I learned is like definitely the best thing to do if you're feeling homesick is like go outside and do something, because this country is so distracting, and any country you go to is going to be so distracting if you're not from there. So like sitting at home and like going on Facebook and looking at people's statuses, that's not going to help you. That makes you more homesick. So like get out there, like even just like walking to the store, walking outside, just being in Tokyo, like oh yeah, this place is cool. Why do I miss home again? I'll be back there in 4 months. Jack's Beach isn't going anywhere, I'm really thankful for all my friends that have been messaging me and making me feel better on the days I feel homesick. I've never really been that upset, but I wrote a couple friends like, boo-hoo, I'm sad, and everyone's been helping me, which is really cool and really nice. I'm going to chill and sort of kind of get ready for bed, maybe see if anything's going on in the lounge, and this is update number 3. So I will see everyone later. Bye.